Good morning. This is the Great Basin Smoke Dispersion Briefing for Friday, May 1st. Taking a look at our precipitation over the past 7 days, you can see bone dry across the southern half of the geographic area of actual precipitation on the left. We did have some amounts in the green here, about a ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch over the higher terrain of Idaho and western Wyoming. Percent of normal on the right-hand side shows again our very dry areas across most of Nevada, most of Utah as well. Some drier than normal conditions into far south central Idaho and closer to normal as you get across the higher terrain areas where they did have some measurable precipitation. New snowfall getting late in the season here, but they're here in the light blue across the higher terrain of Idaho and western Wyoming. You can see about 1 to 3 inch snowfall amounts. Snow cover on the map, that fresher snow in that light blue is shown there, and that will probably dissipate with the afternoon sun over the next 2 days. But the snowpack itself still there, still about maybe anywhere from 30 to 50 inches above 6,000 feet across Idaho and western Wyoming, and more above 7,500 feet across the higher terrain of Utah. Just some scatterings of snowpack still left across the higher terrain of Nevada, where they've been so dry over the past month. Fuel-wise, drying out quite a bit. You can see the southern half of the Great Basin, Nevada, Utah in the gold, in the single digits, anywhere from 6 to 10% on the 100-hour fuels. Some pockets here in the red, below 5%. 1,000-hour fuels also have dried out quite a bit in the yellow here across the southern areas, in the low teens, and in some of these gold areas through here across parts of Nevada and southeast Utah into the single digits on the 1,000-hour fuels, and that is definitely 4 to 5 weeks faster than normal. Satellite imagery shows a cold front now pushing through northern Utah. Trough low pressure behind it, again with the tight packing of the height line, some good upper level winds. Means overall good dispersion. We do not see any strong areas of high pressure moving on in. This low pressure off the British Columbia coast is dominating the weather pattern. Should keep us in a good flow. Mostly unstable conditions, so that's good. Here's our upper level map here on the left in the green. Clouds and showers could be expected this afternoon, maybe some thunderstorms across parts of northern and central Utah. Otherwise, a mix of clouds and sun. On the right-hand side, dispersion excellent. This is the good time of year for dispersion. You can see southwest winds here in the eastern Great Basin, more westerly across areas further west. Transport winds strongest across the southern eastern portions of Utah, gusts of 25 to 35 miles per hour. Lighter winds about 10 to 15 miles per hour across Nevada and into Idaho. Mixing heights vertical, excellent. We see the orange and red. That means anywhere from 5 to 7,000 feet above ground level is how high your smoke will get before it starts flattening out. Saturday, there's another front pushing out of the Pacific Northwest and Northern California into northwestern Nevada. Winds will be increasing. Weak ridge of high pressure off to our east. Again, excellent overall dispersion in the white. We break down the dispersion into vertical and horizontal. Vertical here on the right-hand side, again, excellent, several thousand feet above ground level, anywhere you see those orange to red shades. On the left-hand side, strongest transport winds ahead of that front over northwest Nevada, gusting to 25 to 30. Lighter winds here as you get further eastwards. On Sunday, there's our front, clouds and maybe a few spotty showers where we see areas in the green, drier further south. On the right, again, excellent overall dispersion, excellent vertical dispersion here in the orange to dark red shades. Transport winds, this time the strongest winds shifting to eastern Utah, gusts of 25 to 35 in the orange and purple shades. Light and variable winds where you see the purple, and basically 10 to 20 mile per hour winds, still good, where you see the dark green to light orange shades. The Utah Clearing Index, which measures both vertical and horizontal transport of smoke, looks like excellent overall dispersion all 3 days where we see areas in the dark red. The continued inversion just over the lake, which is normal due to the relatively cooler lake waters, and some inversions may be lingering for a little bit into the morning hours, into the early afternoon across parts of the Uinta Basin. That's about it. Precipitation over the next 3 days, we can see the heaviest amounts across the higher terrain of central Idaho, or amounts of about a quarter inch to maybe near half an inch are possible, otherwise just a few hundredths of an inch where you see the areas in the green. As we go into next week, we don't have the ventilation index working, but the weather map does show a weak ridge of high pressure building in. This will be a warmer and drier pattern for all areas. You can see cloud cover in the green is pushed well off to our north. Tuesday, again, that high builds in. Dispersion may start going down a little bit. Our transport winds will weaken. Under the high pressure and clear skies, we'll probably have morning inversions in the valleys continuing for through at least late morning hours. Then there's this low that starts developing and tracking across northern Idaho that could increase the winds and improve dispersion, especially across northern and central areas. Across Idaho, maybe northern Nevada, northern Utah. And then that'll give way to another building ridge of high pressure on Thursday. So we stay dry. Dispersion starts to decrease a little bit as we go towards the latter part of the week as that high pressure builds in. Precipitation from Monday evening through Wednesday evening, see dry except for maybe some spots in the highest terrain of the furthest northern areas of Idaho. But otherwise, we're dry through the next 7 days as we continue to dry things out. Our 7-day total precipitation, much of this is going to occur in the next 2 to 3 days. You can see the greatest totals here across our northern areas and dry across Nevada and southern Utah and the Arizona Strip again. So something to keep in mind as we start approaching the traditional start to our fire season in a couple of weeks. Our 8 to 14-day outlook shows on the left much warmer than normal temperatures expected. This is from May 8th to May 14th, and drier than normal conditions across most of the Great Basin, especially central and northern areas, and most of Nevada again. So that's, again, something to watch. This concludes our broadcast. We'll continue with one more week of smoke dispersion broadcasts next week before we start 5-day broadcasts Monday through Friday of the fire potential briefings. Have a great day.